Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be talking to Hetal Savla, my friend. I'm so
Thank you.
excited. And she has one of those stories where she had hit rock bottom and she got herself out of that. A lot of people would have just spiraled and fell into the victim narrative, but not her. And I have seen her go through from this end of the spectrum to this happy person that she is. And I can't wait for all of you to hear it from her. Thank you, Heko, for having this
Thank you
conversation.
too.
uh, so let's go back 10 years when all this happened and when you felt that that was your rock bottom.
Okay. So 10 years ago or 12 years ago, um, I'd hit rock. Maybe if there's another layer below that, that's what I had hit. So it was everything as in my house. I just gotten married, and it was the works that people have heard happen in Indian houses was, I think, all of it together was for me. So I was always the person who would within me would shut down, and at this time I really shut down completely. There was no, I didn't see um, me coming out of it.
There was no way out of it for you.
At least that's what I thought at that time, but that's not what I wanted.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you say that that was your rock bottom, how were you feeling emotionally? Like,
I don't think I had any emotions left, or maybe I was depressed, and I don't even know what word would really justify what I was feeling from within. But I know it was the lousiest feeling. It was the crappiest feeling. It was the basically I didn't think I wanted to exist anymore for sure.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not a very good feeling. That's not a feeling you'd wish on anyone, isn't it?
Right.
Um, and then you said you wanted to come out of it.
I remember driving one day just outside the corner of your house, and that's when I got this realization that I know this is not going to last forever. I need to come out. I didn't have an avenue of, I didn't know what to do and how to do, or where to go and where not to go. But I just knew from within that I have to come out. That's all I knew. That's what I hung on to. That's it. I had nothing else to hang on to.
You want to come out of it. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
No matter what.
It looked quite far fetched, yes, no matter what, I wanted to come out.
And you got into yoga.
Yoga.
How did you come across yoga?
This bearded guy who's taken the world out. So I came across Sadhguru. I saw his poster in DP, and I walked past it, and I walked back reverse. This is literally how it happened. I literally walked back. My footsteps went back. I didn't turn around. I walked back, and I saw this big bearded man. Um, it was like the poster was slightly above my head, so I'm looking at him, and it's written inner engineering. And I took a picture of that poster, and I walked past. I'm like, yeah, okay, people exist to say lots of things, but this name inner engineering really intrigued me. I had no clue what it was about, and I gave the number a call and signed up for the program, and that's how the whole, I think my journey, my life started from there basically.
Okay. And this inner engineering, it's a yoga program.
It is a yoga program offered by Sadhguru.
Okay. And it was happening here in Kenya.
It was happening in person at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you went for the program.
I went for the program. I got bored on the third day, but But I paid for it, so I finished the balance of the 4 days.
I love that, when you commit and when there's a payment attached, thank God for that payment.
Yeah, thank God. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone. Definitely, I wouldn't have continued.
Okay. And then why? Okay, you've paid, you've done the program, but then now what was pushing you to continue with the practices for yoga?
So I think just about on this, I don't know which day, but they showed us um, an asana to sit in. And this is something I had come across earlier in my life. And I was like, that was my evaluation. This is a genuine program.
Something familiar, right?
Something familiar, yeah.
So now you've given it a tick.
I gave it a little tick of mine. I mean, there were all these 100 things that I had no clue about, and these were alien concepts to me. I didn't even accept it when I was there. But at the end of the program, okay, from the third day to seventh day was my payment that took me through. And after that, it was okay, that one thing I
Ticked.
I ticked, yes, I ticked as this is genuine in my evaluation of not knowing what yoga means, but I evaluated the program with that. And then I thought, okay, whatever, I got to lose. They asked us to do this for 40 days,
Okay.
twice a day, and then it could be once a day. So I said, okay, I'll challenge myself to 40 days. Let me see what I can do. And that's where the shift happened
In 40 days, after 40 days?
in about a week's time.
In a week's time.
In a week's
And
time.
what was that shift? That was it in the mindset? Was it in any of the habits that you saw? Or was that a little smile that you saw in your face? Or what?
It was everything.
Oh,
So I have hypothyroid. So I always woke up tired. Always. I can't remember in that time me waking up refreshed.
okay.
And Leela was, I think, about 2.5 to 3 years that age. I'm not
Okay.
sure, somewhere there. So if I woke up tired at that time, then I knew what I'm giving to her was not what I should have been giving to her. It was total injustice that I did to her at that point. So within a week to 10 days time, I started waking up with energy enough to get tired at 6 o'clock in the evening. What
Okay.
used to make me tired at 6 o'clock in the morning was now tiring me out at six
At
in the
least.
evening. So that was the first thing, the energy burst that I got. I got an extra 12 hours boost in my battery. So that was one of the things that I saw straight away. Yes, the smile started coming back here and there, and you guys started noticing that.
Definitely we did.
And inside of me, I started seeing things falling off me. So everyone has skin, I had Velcro. So everything used to just stick to me. Whether somebody said something nice or worse or bad things, it stuck to me, and it stuck for years.
But it's not only you. I think all of us walk around with Velcro, and if somebody says anything to us, good or bad, even if it's good, we try and make a very bad meaning out of it. We read in between the lines. She said something good, but she meant that, or he
Yeah,
did that, Why?
yeah,
Personal attack. And it's not even what that person was saying, right?
yeah, yeah. But I didn't have the eyes to look at it at that point. So I also developed a new set of eyes. So all these were bonus things. But what that Velcro started disintegrating, I started oiling myself. So now when people, even things that people had said earlier, started falling off.
Falling off.
So the meaning of what somebody said fell off. So the whole scenario had no value inside of me. And that was such a liberation, because it was probably a month into this program, and I came to work, and you and Nihar is my brother, sat me down, and I thought I missed the memo that we had a meeting today. Anyhow, I just really, in my smiley self, which I started to discover, went and sat and said, okay, what's happening? What's the meeting about today? And Normally, we would sit around the table as we wished. This time, you two were on the opposite side of the table. I was on the other side, like I am having an interview, like I am having to have an interview to work at this place again.
It was an intervention, okay?
Yeah, but you see, in my mind,
We just
slowly, I'm
didn't have
trying
the
to.
banner.
So, you guys sat me down, and the first thing you asked me is, okay, what's happening? I said, nothing. I was still in my excitement. I did my practices in the morning. I'm very happy. And you said, no, no, you know what? Leela is really, really young. Can you please tell us what you're on?
Yeah, we really thought you're on drugs. I'm sorry, but you've got to understand, Heko, like for the past so many years, we've seen you coming to work, you're at your table writing, and you're crying. And we've had these conversations where you wanted to run away with Leela.
Oh, yes.
We've had this conversation where we said, okay, we didn't know what to do as well. We didn't have the tools. So we said, whatever you want, we'll support you. We'll keep sending you checks, right? As long as you're happy. And we've seen you just coming to work like a zombie. We would have sessions outside in my other house balcony, and you would
Repeat the
talk.
same things.
I would listen. I'd feel helpless, and I'm sure everybody around you felt helpless as well, seeing you feeling like that like you had nothing to live for. Or I just remember like you're walking around like a zombie, dragging yourself, doing things that you had to do because you've got Leela. I don't even want to think about what would have happened if there was no Leela in the equation.
I don't think we would be sitting here today, for sure. So, yeah, so you sat me down and said, what are you on? You have to tell us because Leela is really, really young. And I just paused and I was like, I really checked within me. Am I on something? For a very split second, but I did check. And I was not on anything. I didn't even realize. I started justifying. No, I'm just doing the usual that I do every single day, and I just came to work, and then it occurred to me that it is yoga that is happening to me.
And is this the moment where you felt like this is it, I'm going to hang on to this yoga, or
I
that was
think it
another
was
time?
it was probably a month later where it was so strong because it's like as if you walk into those, if you find this really old towns and rusted old house with filled with dust, and then you are said this is your accommodation and you can't live up to it, but then you get that inner strength and you clean out the house.
Oh,
So if
I
you see
know.
like a before and after picture, so that's what happened to me in those. I could see every day, slowly some dust getting out, and eventually I saw myself, happy, clean, nice, and I was nice to be with myself.
So like clarity, there's so much clarity,
Yes.
there's so much
Yeah.
inner towards happiness.
It was just freedom.
There's
It was just
freedom.
one word, freedom. Like I thought that whenever I ever going to get out of this scenario of feeling this lousy from within, like how can I live?
So okay, so when you hit your rock bottom, if freedom is what you got, so were you feeling like a prisoner in your own mind, in your own body, in your own house then?
Yes, I
Or
was, and because I was a prisoner in my own mind,
yeah.
then I made my surroundings like that. It just happened like that. Exactly how I was feeling inside was exactly how everybody outside was responding.
Yeah.
Not
And
everybody, most
yeah.
of the
But
people.
now okay, you got your house clean
I
basically.
got my house clean
And then everybody started showing up that way.
differently. Yeah.
Okay. And we have to talk about this, the impact on Leela. When you thought you didn't have a choice, or when you felt like a prison, do you think this impacted her, or do you think she even felt like that? Or because
This how I am impacts her till today. So if we go back when she was 6 months, so from 0 to 6, she was fine. She was growing up like how a 0 to 6 month would grow up. At 6 months, exactly on the 6th month, something happened and she shut down. And she shut down really, really, really bad.
Something happened to her,
No,
or
not something happened. Don't something didn't happen to her, but I
oh,
think it was just how my mindset was.
okay,
So at 6 months is when the climax of all the drama happened in my life.
okay.
That particular event, and that's exactly that 6 month where she shut down completely. Why, like, you know how a baby coos and screams and does all those things. She stopped doing all of those things, and that is what happened to her, what I could see visually. The disconnect that also happened with me and her and everyone else as well, because I thought I've done something terribly wrong to her. I did it to her.
Dude, the mom guilt, right? I
Yeah.
mean, without the drama that you went through, even if if a parent or mom is happy in her life, there is still so much mom guilt around. Like, am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? And now you having to deal and process all these things, and then seeing your child. Obviously, you think I'm the one who's done it, right?
Yeah, at that time I thought I did it, and yes, it went to her from me, so it was me still. And of course, from then I started cursing myself, really, really being hard on myself. Then I found yoga, then I got liberated, and then in the process, okay, this really affected Leela also in her school, like her nursery school and everything. She was not the silent one, she was the complete complete quiet one. If any of the kids hurt her or anything, she will not say anything. She will sit and cry. She will not say a word. She will not say a word for 2 years
So do you
of
think
her
she?
school life. She never said one word, like
Wow.
not even one word.
So do you think, like, looking at you, she also thought that's how she had to be, internalize everything and not say a word,
Yeah. So I thought I didn't have a say. I thought I didn't have a word. I thought it didn't matter. And I think that's exactly how she thought. That's what I think.
without even teaching her. Like,
Yeah.
kids learn so much.
And then when I started doing yoga and I started seeing in a matter of few months, I started seeing her open up very little, but it was something. So
Yes.
so that is the impact on her when she was about between 1.5 to 3.5. Then of course it was a work in progress. It was going on, and last year she got into yoga,
That's yeah, brilliant.
and she has been the practice she learned is called Angamardana, and Sadhguru has from last year started offering to children. And the good part is that she started and she's not stopped.
Every single day.
Yeah, she's
Amazing.
probably missed a few days
Yes. Because of
for
sickness
something
or
or the other,
something, yes.
but it's not something that she wishes to miss.
But she was also doing yoga namaskar before she.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. Yeah, so since she was 7 she started yoga actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
So
was
she.
waiting to be 7 so that she could start yoga. So what I wanted to bring out here is that she took on my energies, which were really, really dipped and crap at that
At
point when
that
she was
point, yes.
younger. And then she saw me doing yoga every single day of her life. So in her mind, she couldn't wait to be 7 so that she can start some sort of yoga. Because otherwise she would ask me, Mom, can I do this? Can I do that? Can I do that? And I just tell her that whatever you see you can do, I just can't teach you till you're
Yes.
7. And at 7, she started yoga namaskar.
Because that's what it says. Like,
Yeah,
kids at that age can do
can
it.
can start.
Okay. And this yoga namaskar, she had to learn somewhere
So there's a Sadhguru app, and on it's available. So that's
for
where
everyone.
for everyone. So yeah. So that's where Leela and Rian saw their first yoga namaskar, and they started doing that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
imagine these tools are away. You know, like that you said you went to DP, saw the poster, you paid this much amount. Now Sadhguru's made a lot of these, you
Programs
know,
available
programs,
and
kriya,
free.
yoga available at literally our palm, because
Yeah,
the phones, right, is the
yeah.
apps are all on the phone and we can do them.
And there's so many meditations that you can do, which are all available for somebody who doesn't want to commit with the money, because you have to
Yes.
then commit properly. um, there's so much of free stuff available. There's also so many meditations available, which are very, very potent and very powerful.
Awesome.
So
And okay, you do yoga,
I do.
Leela does yoga.
She does.
Anybody else in your family that do yoga or around you?
So I think my most nearest people, all of them have done yoga. We'll start with you.
Yes. So,
So my mom, dad, my brother, my sister-in-law, which is your sister,
yes,
you,
my husband,
your husband, my
my
husband,
your husband.
my husband. Yeah,
So, okay,
I'm thinking, is there
my
other people?
my kids, Leela.
Yeah. So pretty much my next in line, all the people have done yoga, and I think 80% of them are still practicing.
Yeah. Wow. And this definitely, I know it's been a slow process for all of us, but the results we are seeing, yeah, now everybody's become like growth oriented.
Yeah.
People are so receptive to new ideas, to um we've all gone for holidays as families, like your parents, my parents, my sister, your brother. So just for context, my sister is married to Heko's brother. um, so we all used to go for holidays, but lately I've seen a huge shift in the energies around our holidays as well, or how all of us are being as well. There is so much more fun, there is so much more flexibility. Everyone's aim is to have a good time. And also, when we're all sitting now, even the conversations are very
Progressive.
uplifting
Yeah. Yeah.
and, yes,
Yeah.
positive.
Definitely. Yeah.
That's amazing. And I think, yes, everything that yesterday I put a post up, like, if you want to overnight success, people see an overnight success, but it didn't start overnight.
Exactly. Took
It
years of.
started a
Yeah.
decade ago, right?
Yeah.
And then now this is exactly what is happening in our lives, like the journey that we started, that you started on that day by going walking in
This
DP,
man
and this,
looked at me.
when you call that number, you're right, your life changed. And today I put another post up that says, do you know when a star is born? When that collision happens,
Yeah.
right? So that drama, that collision
I'm very
happened.
grateful for it.
Not only you, we're all very grateful for that particular time.
But
And now we can all see that it was something that was meant to happen.
yeah.
But the way all of us have taken on the, you know, the whole event, the whole mindset, as something that we can grow from.
Yeah. So I think basically from the past 10 years for all of us, or past 12 years, we all grew out of victim consciousness, and we came to this place where I think all the people are me, at least I see, are all growth oriented.
Yeah.
All of them.
Like in the coaching body, we say, yeah, that first life is happening to me. We're victims.
Yeah.
Then we move from, no, life is happening for me. Yes, there is some good in life, right?
Yeah.
And then, no, life is happening through me,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, it's an amazing place to be at. And now a lot of people are seeing the changes in us, and till now we were experiencing it, but now a lot of people can pinpoint you're very positive, and that's it. There's no other vocabulary attached to it, right? Like when
Yeah.
people say you're so zen. um, so
I
now
think
people are.
because also Sadhguru said the best thing you can do is do your sadhana, means do your practices, and it just shines.
Yep, amazing. Okay, so if people want to do yoga, who is this program for?
It's for practically it's for all the people,
Okay.
but in particular, uh, for anyone who wants to make a positive change in their life, for anyone who does not want to be stuck in the rut of life, who doesn't want to be in just in victim consciousness.
So anybody who's willing to make that change,
Yes,
who's
but if they want to make a change from within,
okay.
I remember that when I just told you I was driving outside your house in that corner, and I said, I'm tired of this. I am genuinely tired. Like the inside of me was really, really tired, and it wasn't because I was talking to somebody or it looked nice to say. It was just my own realization that
Yeah,
I had that I'm done with this part now.
cannot live like this any
Yeah.
longer. And I remember we all got into yoga not because you told us to, because yeah, there was, yeah, the first week you told us, but then you're like, no, I cannot tell.
Yeah, yeah.
And Bob and I are like, we want what you have. We want to live like this
So
on this high.
I remember Bob asking me. So every time I go for this kind of a program, Bob will sit me down. Like, "Oh, what happened? Then what did they teach you? And then what did they say?" And for a previous one, when I went, he interviewed me for a bit, and he said, "Okay, fine." He has also done his own research, so he kind of knew what we did there. For this one, I think we sat for over an hour or so, and he wouldn't leave me. And I was like, Bob, I'm really trying hard to tell you what they said, but I can't really explain it to you what it is. If you want to, you have to experience it for yourself.
It's you have to
Yeah.
experience it. Oh, thank you so much. And if people want to ask you more about your journey, how they can also make changes in their life, or where they can find these yoga programs, are you okay
I'm
for
more than
people to?
available.
You're more than available,
More
yeah?
than available. If somebody wants to do yoga, I will make space.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
too.
you.